going to talk ball now. Our good friend Neil McEvoy joins us, co-GM of the British Columbia Lions. Good to see you, Neil. Sorry I missed you. Grey Cup, however, Darren Moose DuPont tells me that you guys did make acquaintances there at Grey Cup. How'd that go?
We did. We missed you, though. I totally agree. It was a nice event. I was at the media event Wednesday night, and we had nothing but good things to say about your show and your exclusive European trip down to the south. So it's great.
You're right. Well, I very much appreciate those kind words. Sorry I missed you, but I can guarantee you I'll be in Vancouver in 2024 to watch the BC Lions against somebody in the Grey Cup, somebody from the East. But, Neil, the first thing that popped into my head was this. You know how these rivalries are born as playoff meetings, and you guys must really detest the Winnipeg Blue Bombers by now, I would think, given the past few years.
I don't know if the word is detest. I appreciate what they do. I really like the way their football team continually wins. And one thing I'll say, and I don't tell them this, but they're actually good guys too. Like it's easy to hate players that are mean and maybe a little bit too cocky. But the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are a good football team, and we're trying to be like them, and we're trying to build something like they have. But getting over the hump to beat them in Winnipeg is one thing. I'd like to play them in Vancouver for a Western Final with 55,000 screaming football fans in their ear and see what it's like.
Well, maybe that's coming. Maybe that'll happen this year. But the Canadian Mafia you're referring to, by the way, Dave Dickinson really gets a pass on people letting him slide and calling the Bombers that back in the day. But you guys were that for us. I mean, come on. 04, 05, 06, we couldn't get past you guys. Those were fun days too, Neil, Riders and Lions.
Yeah,
I can tell you we detested you. Don't tell me you didn't detest us. I'd be very disappointed. Carl Kidd, Roy Shivers, those were great days, man.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Good days. Paul McCallum sticking it right through the upper. Missing left. Whatever happened that day, I forgot. A lot of good memories. A lot of good memories of those big games against Saskatchewan. There's no doubt.
There are those that say the days are gone, that you'll never fill that place again, and I don't believe that, Neil. I don't believe that. What do you think?
Yeah, no, to fill it, yeah. It's tough. There's 55,000 football fans have to get in there. You need time to sell it. You need to, become like in those days we were winning, and we had the Western Final wrapped up, 3-4 weeks before the event. So it gave you that amount of time to sell it. Like if you just get the Western Final or the Western Semifinal a week before it happens, it's just logistically really tough to sell because you're starting from zero. It's not like the season ticket campaign, which starts, now, and then you have until, June to sell it. Well, this event, you don't know sometimes if you're going to get in it. And then, 7 days later, you're playing a game. It's tough. But I could see us selling if we get a Western Final. The fans in Vancouver have spoken. They're excited about this football team. We're excited about them. That's the way the Canadian Football League always has been. It's a roller coaster. We were down at the bottom, but we've crept our way up the hill, and we're excited about this football team going forward and our fans being behind us.
Well, and no, I can't give you guys enough credit for what you've done. You came in there at the bottom, this regime. We've all been watching it from the outside and cheering you on, quite frankly, because you guys are good guys too. But just one last thing, tell me the year. I think it was 04. It was the last year of the regular season. 55,000 were in there. Regular season game, Neil. And Spurgeon win. Did he not hit Giroy on a 55-yard streak to win the game, to clinch first? Yeah. And 2 weeks later, we had 55,000 again. That actually happened, right?
I know. Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at a picture of it right now. You know what? The world has changed a little bit, though. Even when the National Football League is going to smaller boutique stadiums, guess what? The Canadian Football League better start thinking about that too. So, the days of the 60,000, 70,000 people coming out to a football game or any event might be over. But we're certainly going to keep on building. We're certainly going to keep on expecting and hoping our fans come out, which I know they will. and we're just going to keep on doing the best we can to put the best product on the field.
All you can do is keep winning, right, and putting in the work, which you guys have done on the field and off. And I guess my next question is, I'm dying to ask you about Touchdown Pacific. What about it was not covered this week with the announcement? That's another thing I want to be at, is Labor Day. You don't want to be in Florida in the summer anyways, so I'd love to be in Victoria for that. Tell me about that and how excited you are.
Yeah, do you know what? It's something different. It's something that, bringing, just like Saskatchewan, we are the football team of the province, not the city. And so having the game in other cities throughout the province is something that, Amar and Dwayne and the Canadian Football League wanted to do. So we've seen the success of the Touchdown Series in other provinces. And so now it's our turn to put on a show in Victoria to show the rest of the country and the world, quite frankly, that football in Victoria is going to be exciting, and we're going to put on a good show and produce some winning football over there too.
Well, I think it's amazing, but I have questions. I've only been to Victoria for hockey, so please tell me, what are their football facilities to host an event of this size?
Well, there's questions that we're going through right now. I know the city of Victoria is excited about having us, and the stadium that we're playing at has put on some FIFA events, has put on, professional sporting events in the past. So I expect, once we get there in, when we play in August, that things will be top notch and up to speed. It's a grass field, so that's going to be one thing. Not half grass, half turf. It is full grass. So going back old school, playing on the grass, which our players will like. And so I expect it to be a good event, and we're going to play Ottawa and give them the most we can to put another W in the win column.
Have you divulged in attendance yet, or is that a big secret, or capacity?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet what that will be. I know that it'll be lots of people. People are excited about it, not just you, but even in Victoria and in the Lower Mainland. So I think right now it holds between 10 and 12,000, and I think hopefully we can put some more numbers in there. But it's like any event. You gotta put work into it. You gotta work at getting the people out there. You gotta work at making them excited about it. And the announcement last week was just the start of the getting this event off the ground. And it's not only that, we got Grey Cup coming up, so lots of exciting things happening in football in the province of British Columbia. One of them also
is that where the soccer team plays?
No, they play at a different spot. There's a stadium close by. This is the stadium in downtown Victoria. The old soccer team, the Victoria, I forget what they're called, that played in the Canadian Soccer League against the 86ers. That's where they used to play. So this stadium has held professional football events.
And I cut you off. I apologize. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, lots of great things happening in the province of British Columbia football-wise. One of them being that one of our minor football players is the new head coach of a team in the great province of Saskatchewan. So I'm just excited about football in the province and the fact that we can lend you guys some players and some coaches to make things right.
The day is here. Port Moody's, Corey Mace, yes, of course. And hey, I got to say this, Neil. Lastly, I love every CFL stadium. Old, new, I don't care. They're all fun. But that temporary empire back in the day, Neil, that was the bomb, man. You know that. People are going, why can't we just throw that up in Halifax? Throw that up in Victoria? That was so, it's Grouse Mountain right in the background. You had the view of that and some great ball games there. Is it clearly not easy to just whip that together or people would.
No, that takes lots of time and lots of energy to get that up. And I appreciate you saying it was a great stadium overlooking the Lions. The team is actually named after the mountains that stadium looked at. So people think we're mountain lions. We're actually mountains that are shaped like lions. So that part of the stadium was all great. But I don't believe that the stadium of Victoria is going to look like that. There is infrastructure there. that we will build around. But I agree that stadium in Empire Stadium was a good. Empire 2, I guess they called it, was better than Empire 1. I've heard. I've only been to Empire 1 when I was a kid, but
Yeah.
all great memories.
Yeah.
Playing Saskatchewan, playing all those good teams. Just a great league to be around, and always our fans are happy to play whoever we play.
Yeah, those were great memories. Tempire, I like that nickname of Tempire. Hey, Neil, if the football thing doesn't work out, clearly you can be a City of Vancouver tour guide on the double-decker bus with a mic, because clearly you know everything there is to know about Vancouver. All right, man. Happy holidays. I appreciate the time as always. Let's do it again in the new year soon.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. Good luck. Have fun. Great show.
All right. Thank you, pal. The co-GM of the BC Lions, Neil McEvoy.